So in the spring of 2002, I somehow stumbled upon the downtown section of Los Angeles, a great place to be for a 5-year-old. Anyways, I was walking down the street looking at these unfamiliar stores until a wrinkly old man stopped at my tracks. He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a controller. A beautiful sight to behold. It is something my eyes have never seen before and...
I'm sorry. What's the point of this story?
I was just about to mention it. Anyways, the point I was trying to make was that this somewhat realistic experience introduced me to plug-and-play consoles, which gave me the opportunity to play astonishing classics such as the original Super Mario Bros. Also, most of the characters I'm going to be mentioning did come from that controller I used to own.
I guess the story wasn't pointless after all.
So, I decided, just for fun, to talk about which retro characters deserve to be represented in Smash. And the talented Anerdymous will be along for the ride, seeing how he has a reputation of creating movesets for very obscure characters.
And I'll be joined by LunaticZoid, seeing how he has a reputation for drinking Mountain Dew Frostbite.
So first up is Dig Dug, a classic Namco rip that I think deserves it more than Heihachi. I know. His neutral special can be him exploding the opponent with his pump, similar to what he does in his games. Hey, we can finally have Big Yoshi in the game. And why would you not want to have, dirt as the stage? It'll be funny to crush your opponents under those falling rocks. And of course, you'll get that sweet jingle every time you move. I really believe that Dig Dug should be the next Namco rep, considering he had a popular arcade game. And why not represent more history from the golden age of arcade video games? Up next is Peter Pepper, an iconic video game chef. I really think he'll bring some interesting ingredients into the table. His neutral special will obviously be the pepper shot. His side special could be where he summons a hamburger where it makes the opponent stuck because of all the relish. And, other food related items for his other specials and up tilts and whatnot. Also, while making this video, I realized that there is a reimagining of Burger Time that came out last year, which is surprising to me. I didn't even know this happened. So, yeah, even more reason to put Peter Pepper in the game. Also, his redesign looks pretty good. Coming up next is Stanley. Stanley the Bugman. The DK rep no one talks about. Making his debut in Donkey Kong 3, this crafty exterminator uses his bug spray to exterminate the big bad ape, along with other enemies that'll get in his way, such as beetles and those creepy caterpillars. Think of Mr. Game & Watch's neutral special, only that it is in every special of his unique moveset. He could also have a meter, so when the bar is full, he unleashes the super spray, which lasts for a limited time, just like in the game. And yeah, I think it'll be hilarious that of all the DK reps, Stanley is the first one to make it in. Sorry, Cranky Kong. Up next is Circus Charlie, the first authentic circus game in history. Well, according to Konami. The most acrobatic out of all the retro characters. He can bring a lot of variety since he is, of course, a circus performer. From lions to horses to trampolines, he will definitely be a fun character. Short and sweet. Next is... oh man... Excitebike. The NES classic that should have been represented as a playable character from the very start. In my personal opinion, he is the only NES era character left missing. We already have Duck Hunt and Ice Climber, so come on, put the boy in, please. He was almost considered back in Melee, but Sakurai really did not know how to incorporate ramps in the game, which really sucks. I think he will be such a unique character. I mean, he's on a freaking bike the whole time. Hopefully, he will make his debut soon. Maybe not in Ultimate, but perhaps in the next Smash game.
Now let's talk about Centipede, my boy. Centipede was one of the most popular video games of the Atari age, or the golden age of arcade video games. The top of the golden age, baby. This game won 1984's Best Computer Action Game Award. Do you know how many candidates were up for grabs for that award? I don't. This could represent one of the many games that represents the antagonist being more important or popular than the protagonist. People like to bring this up for horror games, but I think if they want to keep it to like a child-friendly game, Centipede seems like the optimal pick for a situation such as this. For the fighter himself, he would be kinda tall, but when he's moving, he'd be very short. He'd stand out by being a very long fighter, so you'd have a good chance of hitting him from attacks that go downwards, but probably not for going forwards. But if not a fighter, then I'll accept if you just take Rayquaza's old boss fight and put Centipede over that.
And last but not least, Frogger, a classic arcade game developed by Konami. The simplicity of controlling a frog through a busy highway and moving logs became quite popular and garnered sequels, for better or worse. Despite his legacy, it is pretty difficult to come up with a good moveset, since he just moves up, down, left, right. I mean, we could just take some moves from the Great Quest, but I don't like to talk about that game, so I'm going to hand it over to my good friend Anerdymous.
I have no problem talking about bad games, so I think if we made a moveset around the Great Quest, as well as other games like Adventures and the Great Shadow, where he's more humanoid, it could definitely be possible. A fighter primarily based around jumping and avoiding attacks while also being a rushdown that deals a bunch of kicks and tongue attacks seems like the best way to go about him. Alternatively, I'm not opposed to just putting a real frog in.
And there you go. 7 retro picks that deserve to be in Smash.
Some more than others. Centipede for Smash. Either way, it was an honor to be here and sell your fans on some characters. It's what I like to do best.
Oh, I think you convinced them, especially with Centipede. Anyways, thank you, Anerdymous, for being here. Always a pleasure talking to you about these amazing retro characters. If you liked this video, please be sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. Also, be sure to check out Anerdymous' channel. He makes great videos about Smash. He makes such creative movesets for obscure or bizarre characters. It's amazing. Go check him out. I also have a Discord server, so if you guys like to talk about Smash Brothers or anything gaming related, be sure to join. I would love to have you guys. So with that being said, until next time, Earthlings.